What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Let's Go Eat podcast. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
We both have had some sicknesses.
We both had sicknesses. Some of us had our wisdom teeth extracted. So it's been a bit of a fun last 2 weeks. Still getting over the sickness a little bit.
Same. It's been a good 3 weeks, I think, for me. And we're recording today from the garage.
Because my room...
from the studio.
The studio's infested with yellow jackets, and it's pouring rain outside.
Yeah. We were going to do this outside. The one we were going to record the other night was going to be outside because it was a beautiful night. We could watch the Phillies game from the Tiki Bar. But, no.
Little note, Harper hit a grand slam the night we were going to record.
Yeah.
So the home run streak lives on episodes we're recording.
Except for today.
Harper. He had a migraine today. Harper
was
out with a migraine.
He did not even play.
So it doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's going to go to tomorrow. Him and Romuto are supposed to be back tomorrow, so it'll be fine.
Supposed to be, yep.
But yeah, our podcast has stopped, but you know what hasn't stopped? The Philadelphia Phillies.
Have not stopped. First team to 30 wins.
First team. Today it wasn't just a crappy win, too. It was an exclamation point type of win as well.
It was a Nola no-hitter. A Nola shutout.
Nola shutout. He took a perfect game into the sixth inning. He allowed a single on the first pitch, though. That's where I kind of thought we were going to lose the game. Knowing Nola, I thought that was going to be him just completely imploding. But he stuck with it. He did fantastic. He had a 3-pitch inning today.
Tell us about that 3-pitch inning. How did he have 3 pitches?
I mean, he allowed a single, and then a line out to Cody Clemens, and then Pete Alonso grounded into a double play. 3 pitches, 85 seconds.
It's amazing.
It was one of the quickest innings I think I've ever seen in my entire life. You hear that?
Yeah.
Something's going on over there.
I think we might have a mouse in the garage.
We're not in the garage. We're in our second studio.
Oh, yeah. Studio number 2. Well, studio number 1 is being fumigated.
This would be studio number 3, to be honest. Since outside's number 2.
I would like to record more from outside.
And I think we will. Once summer kicks in, once the weather gets better, I think we'll have a set area of recording.
You ever fancy new microphones?
I know. Fuzzy.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not wearing a hat.
I'm not wearing a hat either. But yeah, Nola, fantastic. He said that everyone's been good. He wanted to catch up a little bit, and he did more than that. So, hats off to Nola.
I mean, yeah. I was just going to say, Sanchez did not have the greatest game, his last game.
I think the first 3 innings were a little rocky.
Yeah.
And then he kind of got it back together.
Which is what he did the game that he pitched before that.
And if he becomes that kind of guy,
same thing.
I'm fine with that. If he's that type of pitcher, that's okay. You know, he settles in. He keeps us in a good place to score runs and win. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's a 4th starter, and he's pitching like it.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But, last night he had the bases loaded with no outs, and he struck out the side on 9 pitches.
Yes.
An immaculate.
I saw that. It was pretty amazing because I was pretty nervous.
I didn't watch most of the game. I tuned in towards the end of the game last night. And can I just say, Bryson Stott, new Mets killer.
Yeah.
New Philadelphia Philly. I don't know what I was going to say.
9th inning home run.
Next Chase Utley, perhaps. I don't know.
You want to get into Bryson Stott?
Bryson Stott hitting over 400 in his last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
He started off really slow, but we all knew deep down that's not Bryson Stott.
No.
That's not the Bryson Stott we know and love. Elite defense.
Yeah.
Amazing defense. And his OPS is over 800. I don't know if you knew that.
It's 840.
840. Out of nowhere.
And he's batting .281, batting average. He's got 4 home runs, 26 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases, which is huge.
He's been caught once.
Yeah, the stolen base thing is big. I don't know if people... I mean, you can take yourself out of a double play. You're in scoring position. I mean, stealing bases is huge.
And Stott's...
Yeah.
Him and Turner were going to duel out this year, is what it was. Unfortunately, Turner's down, but he'll probably come back. soon, I assume.
So you think that Stott might be the next Utley?
I do. I absolutely do. If you look at their stats too, it kind of backs it up a little bit. It really does.
So I looked at Utley's 2005 stats because that was his third year with the
Third
Phillies.
year.
He was batting 291, Stott's 281, right there. He had 105 RBIs total. I think Stott's
He's at 26 right now.
Right on pace for that. 28 home runs Utley had in 2005.
It's possible.
It's possible, but that's not that big of a deal, I don't think. Now, stolen bases, he's way ahead of, because Utley had 16 total stolen bases. Stott currently has 10.
I think he's going to beat him in that. I think Utley will beat him in the home run category, but Stott will have him in the stolen bases category.
And so Utley has that's the total, his season, that 2005 full season.
I could see Stott.
And he had a 915 OPS.
I think Stott could do that. His OPS might be a little lower. He's not like the biggest power hitter in the world, but
yeah, I think his home runs will definitely be lower.
I could see him doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the RBIs. I know RBIs aren't like the hugest thing in the world, but he's at 26, and I think they officially crossed the first quarter of the season yesterday. So there's 4 quarters in a season. He's at 26. Yeah. He's on pace for 104.
Totally.
And Utley had what, 105?
105.
It could happen.
And Utley won National Silver Slugger multiple times in his career. Maybe Stott will do that. Possible.
Silver Slugger, maybe. I mean, second baseman's not really the biggest hitters.
And the kind of person Utley was, I mean, he was getting on base is what he was doing.
Yeah.
So I read this thing that Utley was ranked. I don't know who ranked this or how this was ranked. 7th all time among second basemen for defense, with 131 fielding runs above average.
Really?
Yeah.
I always forget Utley was that good.
And
I mean, Stott's right up there.
And he won a World Series, which Stott's very likely could win a World Series with the Phillies.
I think it's this year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get it done this year. Too. I really do. I know they're playing bad teams, and that's something I want to get into is the schedule, because I think it's a bit stupid, the whole schedule argument.
It is.
We can get into that now if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think everyone's saying the Phillies haven't played a real team. Everybody has the exact same schedule. That's the new schedule format for MLB. Everybody has the same schedule. We all play the same teams the same amount of times.
And let's be honest, my argument to that as well is that there aren't many really good teams anyway.
Especially in the National League. Yeah. There's 4 teams over 500 in the National League, something like that. 5.
And they are beating teams. It's not like they're losing to these other teams.
Oh, they're doing what they should do against bad teams, and I don't see why people have a problem with that.
What was it? They haven't lost a consecutive game in 20 games or something
like that. I said, I texted you this morning. But another note on Braves fans who were trying to say the Phillies haven't played a good team. Did you know the Braves?
The Braves.
The Braves lost 2 games in a row to the White Sox, who we swept. Yep. The Braves also lost 16-4 to the Mets, who were currently up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, we play in Philly next with the Mets.
The Braves got shut out by the Marlins. And we handled business against the Marlins. I know we lost Sunday, but we came back from 6 runs.
I do think that if we play I think we can beat the Braves.
I think we'll beat the Braves.
Yeah, I think that first series with them, we hadn't found our
get back on our feet.
Yeah,
I know they lost at home, which was not the best look, but
we
were just giving Braves what they wanted.
Yeah, and hey, we're ahead of the Braves.
We are. We're 2 games up.
Yeah,
2.5 games up. Braves play I think they're playing the Cubs right now.
The worst is that as a lifelong Philly sports fan, I'm just waiting for the Phillies to
win something.
No.
Oh.
When are they going to start? When are they going to go through their big slump?
I don't know.
I don't know either because first of all, they're first team to 20 wins.
30
they're
wins.
Now they were also first team to 20.
They weren't the first team to 10 wins, were they?
I don't know.
I know they were the first to 15, and then 20, and then 30. I don't know if they were. I don't think they were.
I don't think they were because I think the Braves were ahead of them at that point.
They were the first Philadelphia team to 10 wins this season. So That's a stat if you want it.
There's a stat right there. Throw that one out there.
The Braves are up 1-0 against the Cubs right now. They don't stop winning, unfortunately. So the Phillies are just going to keep their feet on the gas, unfortunately.
And the problem, not the problem, actually, it's a good thing, is they're still winning despite injuries, despite the fact that Harper was out for a little while on when his baby was born.
Yeah.
And they're still winning games. And the pitching is still the best in Major League Baseball.
And they haven't been like the best wins, but they keep finding ways to win.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Eagles this year, which kind of scares me a little bit.
Scary.
But I don't know. This team seems a lot different than the Eagles, considering. I don't know, not considering, but I think the overall like chemistry of the team is different. I think everybody's just friends. Everybody's rooting for each other. Nobody's worried about their individual stats.
Fell apart during that season as a team, as a clubhouse, as a team. Obviously, their play did as well, but as far as how they got along with each other and all that stuff really fell apart.
And I think a lot of it's because they were worried about their individual stats. Like they wanted the ball, but as a team, you got to be rooting for everybody. You can't be mad if you don't get the ball. A.J. Brown,
right?
For instance, Darius Slay are two people that were frustrated that they weren't getting the ball. But I don't know. If your team's winning, who cares? Who cares?
Maybe we should have given the ball to A.J. Brown a little more often.
I'm sure he'll get the ball more in the next 5 years.
I think it's going to be a good team coming up here, Eagles. I think.
Last year.
I mean, let's get through the Phillies. Sixers are done.
I don't think I ever am going to have hope in the Sixers again. I really don't.
I thought this year they were going to do it. And
Embiid got hurt. I think Embiid getting hurt is what killed them. And I think Tobias Harris being on the team in general killed them.
Yeah.
They don't have any big players. Like, Embiid can't show up. He doesn't show up. He really doesn't. From what I've seen, he doesn't show up. When the games are critical, he does not show up.
Yeah.
But Maxey does. Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey, yeah.
That's a name to remember. Obviously.
It almost seemed like that last game with the Knicks, the one they lost, they were giving that game to them.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I watched that whole game, and I don't watch any 76ers games, but it was an elimination game.
Yeah.
So I had to watch it, and it was ridiculous. Embiid just looked dead. Lifeless.
Lifeless.
But, yeah, back to the Phillies. They just keep winning.
They do. And talking about injuries, you got Turner out for
6 weeks.
6 weeks with his left hamstring. So what is he on? A week now?
This is week 2, right?
Yeah.
Should be week 2.
So
and
hopefully June.
They've only lost 3 games without Turner. That's something to think about. Yeah. They've only lost 3 games without Turner because Sosa's stepping up.
Yeah.
Stott's stepping up.
Stott, definitely.
Marsh has fallen off a cliff, though, unfortunately. Last time we were recording this, we were talking about how Marsh is the next big thing, and then he's kind of just fallen off.
Well, I think Stott's definitely picking it up. Excuse me. And I think he will continue to be that way. I think he's going to be consistent. You also have, it's funny. So Romuta's been out, so he's had Stubbs. Stubbs hasn't been bad.
Defensively,
he hasn't
been bad.
He threw the guy out at second. Well, is that yesterday's game?
I think so. And
stealing.
He caught a complete game shutout today.
Yeah.
So he's obviously doing pretty good.
Offensively, he had an
RBI bunt. He had an RBI bunt last night to raise his average up to 130. So he's a backup.
He's also life of the party, the DJ.
He's the team DJ.
There. You need people like that.
The chief vibes officer is what his official title is. But yeah,
I always think of myself like that.
Schwarber had back issues. He was back in the lineup today.
He's there today. He had a hit today.
He had a double. His second double of the season.
That's right. He had a double.
And then Harper.
Schwarber, I got to say real quick, he's not fast by any means.
No. And I think tearing his ACL made it worse.
He is moving a little better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little. Not faster, just a little more comfortable.
Maybe. Yeah. He tore his ACL 8 years ago. So maybe he's just finally getting it back.
I don't know.
He's finally getting back the speed he had never had.
Well, we got our big hitters back. We got Harper should be back tomorrow. Realmuto should be back tomorrow. That's the thing. He had a knee injury, Realmuto.
And that's kind of bad if you're a catcher.
But catchers tend to have knee issues, squatting down like that.
And he's what, 33? JT Realmuto's 33?
So.
What do you think about Harper's back? Do you think it's hurt? Do you think the migraine's an excuse?
I don't know.
JT Realmuto's 33 years old. I think Harper's back is bothering him more than he's saying. And unfortunately, I think he just needs to take a couple days.
Yeah, he might need to take a little while. Maybe a week.
Because it can only hurt the team if he's trying to push through an injury.
I mean, they have some of the best trainers out there. I think if he took maybe a week and just worked, whatever the issue is.
The thing is, they've proven that they can win without their impact players. I mean, everybody steps up. When someone goes down, someone else steps up.
Yep.
They've lost 3 games without Turner. They've won the rest. I don't know. It wouldn't hurt to let them sit.
Everybody's still hitting well. I think. I mean, you look at the scores. They're hitting well. The pitching is incredible. I mean, they still won yesterday.
They just win. That's all they do. They just win games. There is something going on over there for all my listeners. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Are you seeing it?
It's trying to get out of the bag.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where?
It was pushing through the bag.
If we jump up and start running,
I have to leave this in too, right?
Yeah.
This is too entertaining.
What if I go running and screaming?
There is a mouse in the trash bag, and it's trying to get out. I could see it pushing. Well, it was pushing through the plastic. Anyway.
Where's a snake when you need one?
There's one, and there's
true.
a room over there with one. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program.
I just coughed into the microphone because I forgot it was right here.
That's okay. I'll figure out how to edit that out. Ranger Suarez.
Awesome.
Unreal. Underrated. Best pitcher in baseball currently, besides that Cubs guy.
He's 5th in Cy Young rankings right now.
Top 5, yeah, that's what I put.
Do you know who's number 1?
Wheeler. For some reason.
But
just kidding.
Suarez is lights out. I feel like he's the one guy, well, Wheeler too. But he's definitely the guy that you can say, okay, we're going to have a good game.
And you know who he reminds me of? And I made this comparison, I think, in a podcast before. Cliff Lee.
Yeah.
I think he just goes out there, gets the job done, goes home. That's it. He doesn't care. Nothing phases Suarez, clearly.
If you've seen some of his defensive plays, like there's a maybe a little tapper, and he fields it, and then just stood there looking at it,
and
then threw it to first.
He's just so calm.
Amazing. He caught one behind his back. Yeah.
And he's 7-0.
7-0.
No losses. And he's going tomorrow night, right? Or is it Taiwan Walker tomorrow night?
No, it should be her. Yeah, her. Should be him tomorrow night.
Let's see.
Should be because Nola pitched today.
Nola is today, but their rotation's a little out of whack right now. It's like, I don't know what it is right now. Let's see, tomorrow.
Nola untouchable in New York City.
Tomorrow it is Ranger Suarez versus to be determined. Never heard of him.
He's good.
Up and coming Mets player. I didn't notice the schedule until this week. It's 2 games in New York and then 2 games in Philly tomorrow. Because of the London series, right?
Yeah, I think so. And that pitcher for the Mets, what is his name yesterday? Minaya. He was good.
He looked great.
He was really good.
If you remember Minaya, he's who Hoskins hit the game-tying home run in NLCS Game 3. Game-tying 2-run home run in NLCS Game 3. Probably one of the craziest postseason games I've ever watched in my life. Yeah. That was I think it was 7 home runs across both teams.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Probably one of the coolest games I've ever watched. No Harper home run. But it was 2 Hoskins home runs, 2 Schwarber home runs, Realmuto, Soto. I don't remember the other one. But it was just home run after home run after home run. It was insane.
Minaya, I mean, he walks a lot of people.
He does.
And he walked a couple, but he was on point yesterday.
Phillies just aren't great against lefties.
No.
And I know we argued about Marsh hitting against lefties, but he's now hitting like 140 against lefties on the season. So he's not really helping his own case right now.
No.
And it's kind of hard to back somebody up who has an OPS under 400 against lefties right now. I mean, you can't really do anything about that. That's unacceptable, unfortunately. Love Marsh. Love no death, but he's not playing good baseball right now. You know who is?
True.
Nick Castellanos.
He's definitely starting to step it up.
He's hitting over 300 in his last 15 games.
It's good.
So
he's back.
He's back.
We are back.
4 home runs in his last 15 games too.
Yeah,
and it's all 4 home runs on his season. So maybe power surge is coming. Hopefully, who knows?
If he can step it up, and we got Stott stepping it up,
it's crazy. Last year, I thought I was a little disappointed with Castellanos because he was so up and down. He was great for a little bit, but he ended with like a sub 800 OPS. I would kill for that at this point with Castellanos.
Yeah,
I feel like this team would be insane with that kind of Castellanos.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Merrifield needs to step it up.
Yeah.
Awful. He was 1 for 21 on the road trip.
Well, when everyone's back, he won't play as often.
Yeah. I know he's old. He's 36.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
Yeah. He's not old. He's just a kid.
In baseball years, you're getting up there.
Yeah. Well, I could still go out there.
You could DH for the Phillies right now.
Yeah. My back and shoulder, that'd be great.
You might be able to put up a better at-bat than Rojas at the moment or Pache.
Okay, but let's talk about that little, Rojas had a little bit of a hitting streak.
He's been better.
He had a little bit of some pop.
He's not exceeding my expectations, but he's not. He's kind of just meeting what I thought he could do. 230,
hitting,
600 OPS. Oh, his defense is. I don't even think I've ever seen anything like it.
No.
Like I said it last podcast, but he just has such a different way of playing center field. He just knows where the ball is going to be at all times. Mm-hmm. And even if he doesn't catch it, he's going to make a play at it.
Yeah,
he's going to make it look like he almost had it, and most center fielders can't do that.
Can you imagine if he actually started hitting?
He'd be one of the best players in all of baseball.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
Anything else you want to touch on?
No, I mean, if we already talked about Ranger Suarez.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Most wins in baseball.
Yeah.
I just read that on your screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had talked about Philly Killers.
Philly Killers. Next segment.
I did not do a lot of good homework on that one.
That's okay.
I have a couple, but they're all Phillies related.
That's mine are too. I couldn't think of any.
I was gonna say
Adrian Peterson is a good one.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna start thinking of them as we're talking about it, but I kind of rushed through my research there.
Can't really think of much out of the side of the Phillies.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But yeah, we're gonna name our Philly Killers. Everybody's least favorite people in the whole world.
I mean, there were moments. So I remember when the Giants first got Saquon Barkley.
He destroyed us.
He destroyed the Phillies.
The Phillies.
Eagles. He
destroyed the Phillies.
The Eagles. But he is now on the Eagles. So, that's fine.
Speaking of former rivals that joined our team that used to kill us, I have Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
on our list.
Absolutely.
I
crush us.
Used to hate Bryce Harper. He has multiple times, I can easily remember, almost brought me to tears to where I'm like, what is happening? Can we just walk this guy, for crying out loud?
I remember saying, I can't stand this guy, but if he played for the Phillies, he'd be my favorite player.
Should have seen it coming. Yeah,
I didn't think.
The attitude of Bryce Harper is so Philly.
Yeah.
He just killed us. Every single time. We'd boo him, and then he'd hit a second deck home run.
So here's another one that we would boo, and he would hit home
Jason
runs.
Worth.
Well, I was going to say Ryan Braun.
Oh.
And I'm thinking specifically that one game we went to.
That opening day 2015.
and
14?
Everybody booed him. I think he ended up hitting like 3 home runs.
3 home runs in the game.
Of course, that was during his steroid era, which
I mean, even
whatever.
then, even after, he still destroyed us.
He
like
destroyed us.
It didn't matter what his stats were, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. Like Philly killers, it doesn't matter what their stats are. They can be moving from team to team, barely keeping themselves on the team. But once they get into Philadelphia, they become Barry Bonds for absolutely no reason.
If we're being honest, Trey Turner used to light us up.
Trey Turner,
good.
Juan Soto.
You know who else I thought of? Played for the Nationals. He plays for the Angels now. Anthony Rendon.
Rendon destroyed us. He's nothing now, though.
Yeah. I think he's out.
He's a bit of a bum now.
Yeah.
The stuff he said like he's not playing for the game anymore. He's playing for the money. I mean, he's got a family to support, is what he said, and I guess I get that.
But then you're not fun to watch anymore.
No, the Angels are just not fun to watch anymore. Yeah. Trout's out. They're just a mess.
What a crazy to have the star power that they've had on that team and just do nothing with it. It's insane.
Prime Pujols, Josh Hamilton.
Yeah.
Josh Hamilton was a joke with the Angels. But
I mean, you had Shohei Ohtani.
And now look at them.
Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon.
They had on the same team at one point. They had prime Bartolo Colon, prime Pujols, Hamilton for 1 year when he was really good, Mike Trout. That should be more than enough. Kurt Suzuki. I mean, come on.
I can't stop thinking of the Bartolo Colon home run.
That's one of the best. I think one of the best calls in MLB history.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
Another Nats player I was thinking is Steven Strasburg.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he carved us up all the time.
He did. I was thinking of what other pitchers.
Scherzer.
Oh, Scherzer, DeGrom. Definitely.
Well, we got DeGrom a couple times. I remember we Ben Lively. I don't know if you remember him. He hit a home run off of DeGrom. He was our pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
And we scored 8 runs that game. Yeah, DeGrom. Kershaw always had us for some reason. Until that Altair grand slam off Kershaw.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Do you have more?
I have a lot. I mean, I have 4 more.
Yeah, go for it.
I have Brian McCann. I was going to put Chipper Jones, but Chipper Jones seemed too easy.
Yeah, Chipper Jones. I mean, he was so good. I think he was a killer against anybody.
I just feel like Brian McCann, as a kid, I remember watching Brian McCann. Every single time he came up, it was just, he hit against us. When he was with the Yankees, the Braves, the Astros, he was always killing us for some reason. When he was getting old, he looked young when he played us. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
You got anyone else?
No, I don't.
I got David Wright.
Oh, yeah, David Wright, yeah.
Before his injury, even after, I remember he came back. I think it was like he came back after 2 years, and he hit 2 home runs off of us. And then he got injured, I think, the game after. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He just needed to come in really quick and let us know that he still owns us. Okay. I have Jose Reyes as another Philly killer.
What is this story now?
I don't know. I know he played for the Mets.
Yeah, I played for the Mets.
The Blue Jays and the Marlins.
I saw him play in New York. That game we went to see with the Phillies, wasn't he? Was he still with the Mets? He was,
Should
right?
have been. Should have
Or,
been.
yeah.
He signed with Miami in 2012.
Yeah.
And then he signed with Toronto and then signed back with the Mets.
Yeah, I remember that. You know what I was going to say? But I don't really agree with it. I was thinking Patrick Mahomes, but only because of that Super Bowl win.
Maybe.
But I think that...
How many times have we played him?
Not that much.
We played him like 3 times, maybe.
Yeah. But I think I'm specifically thinking of the Super Bowl where he was injured and he still won that. Came back.
They injected something into him. I don't care what anyone says. He could barely walk, and then he came out the second quarter, destroyed us.
Crazy. So I can't really say he's a Philly killer at all because it's not like we play them that often.
I mean, anyone who beats us in the... Swallow my spit. Anyone who beats us in the Super Bowl is automatically a Philly killer. But I was thinking, how did the Mets not win a World Series with David Wright, Jose Reyes, Johan Santana? They had who else did they
Wait,
have
when's the last
pitching?
time they won a World Series? When's the last time they went to the World Series?
They went to the World Series in 2016. They lost to the Royals. 2015. They went to the World Series in 2015. That was when they had prime Matt Harvey.
Matt Harvey, yeah, that's right.
I think they had a healthy season from David Wright. They had Cespedes, Lucas Duda, Daniel Murphy. I should have put Daniel Murphy on here.
Yeah,
remember
he was a killer.
Back in the Nats good years, Murphy, Harper, and Turner were just destroying us. Adam LaRoche.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of NL East. Definitely some Nats players. It's funny because Jason Worth kind of lit us up when he went to the Nats after he was with the Phillies.
Stanton.
Yeah.
Yelich. Yeah. Yelich always hit us pretty well. I think Romuto destroyed us when he was with the Marlins too. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember at all.
I don't really remember. I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember. I know Daniel Murphy killed us. David Wright did. Jose Reyes. Yeah. Josh Bell.
Josh Bell.
Yeah. Josh Bell was one of the only people that got to Wheeler in the playoffs in 2022. He had a home run off. Oh no, he had a home run off Nola. I think it was one of them. I don't remember which one it was, but that mouse is really trying to get out.
I should throw that bag out, huh?
Maybe you should light it on fire.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, any other Philly killers for you?
Not that I can think of. Yeah, I can't really think of any. Off the top of my head.
Craig Kimbrell. I feel like Kimbrell, when he was really good with the Braves, destroyed. Well, he killed everybody.
How about this? And this might be a one-time thing, just because we didn't play the Astros that often. Who was that pitcher in?
Valdez. Valdez. Well, he was lights out against everybody in the playoffs.
Unbelievable. Like, I was like, we're not winning this game.
And he was the only one that really gave us trouble.
Yeah.
Verlander, we hit well. I'm trying to think. I can't name any other pitchers the Astros had in the World Series.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
He should have won MVP over Pena. I don't care.
Completely had our number on that one.
But yeah, I mean, if that's all you have,
yeah.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Hopefully, we'll have good news with the Phillies.
Yes, and they will continue to win. And everybody will be back except Turner. And we will be 100% well.
And I'll be eating
not sick
on both sides of my teeth, hopefully.
Yeah. And I will have a hat. Maybe.
Maybe I'll wear some Phillies gear next time.
I feel like I'm always in Philly gear.
I'm just casual. I'm comfortable with the people listening.
Got it.
But yeah, I guess we'll see you all next week. Let's go eat.
Let's go eat.